Look at 9.2. 9.2 is important. We're going to add another element into graphing our parabola. We're going to look at what happens if we change what the A is in the equation. Okay? So when we change what the A is in the equation, here, is there an A over here? Sure. It's a positive 1, right? I don't know what's happening. There we go. It's a positive 1, or an imaginary 1. Here, it's a negative 1. So I want you to look at these two graphs. I want you to look at the two equations and just write down a couple of things that you notice are different and same. So here write similar, and here write what's different. Okay? Pause the video to do that. All right, so you should have found some similarities and differences. Whoops, went too far. But I am looking at those similarities and differences. Way too far. There we go. You should have noticed a couple of things. Okay. And go to the actual screen that I want. Okay, good. So, with the actual screen that I want, I have some things that are similar. They're both U-shaped, right? They have the same numbers in the equations. Both of them go over the y-axis. Okay? Both of them have the same vertex, except our building numbers are different because in this one, they go down. They go over 1, down 1, over 1, down 3, over 1, down 5. And so therefore, everything else is the same though. But if you look at what's different in that equation, it's this little guy right here, this little imaginary negative 1. So the negative changes it from being a minimum to a maximum. It changes the direction, okay? So let's look at, these would be specific graphs that I don't want you to do. But a negative in front flips the direction of the parabola, okay? Negative in front flips the parabola. Good. Turn the page. As we are looking at this, a positive makes kind of like a smile, or it opens up, or like a cup, right? It can hold things. A negative, A, draws a frown or upside down, right? Here's my frown. Isn't it cute? And then my coffee spills out, and that's a bad thing, right? That's negative when Mrs. Hart loves coffee spills out. So, going down. All right, I know that's silly, but it helps us look at how A can change things, okay? A changes our graph up or down. If it's positive, it's up. If it's negative, it's down. But what happens if there's a 3 out there? What happens if there's a number other than 1? My vertex does not change. My vertex in this graph is still going to be 2, 1. It's still going to be opposite of this and the same as this. Okay? Still going to be 2, 1. There. My graph, although, is going to change. It is going to change. My building numbers are going to change by 3. They're going to change by 3. Okay? So 3 is going to multiply my 1, my 3, my 5. And so my new building numbers are going to be 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 5 is 15. So that is going to be my new building numbers. So to graph this, we need a much different graph, right? We need a much bigger graph. So if my vertex is 2, 1, I need to go over 2, up 1. Put it up. Now, we said my building numbers were 3, 9, 15, 21, and so on. So I would go over 1 and up 3. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to put it up. And then I'm going to go over 1 from there to the right and go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm not. I'm going to go up 9. I did that right. No, I did. That's right. Okay, up 9. Over 1, up 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9 isn't on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So at 13. Okay. So then I'm going to do it the other way too. Over 1, up 3. That's going to end up at 4, just like it did before. Over 1, I'm going to end up on the y-axis and up to 13. Okay? And then I'm going to draw my parabola. You'll notice it got a lot skinnier than the ones yesterday, or in the first lesson, I should say, right? It's a lot skinnier. So the bigger the number, the skinnier it gets. Positives and negatives and so on, okay? So let's look at our next equation. Our next equation is like this. So there's nothing around my x, so I could put that parentheses in there. And since there's nothing being added, remember we added 0 here. So what's my vertex? It's my vertex. My vertex is 0 from my x value and negative 2 from my y value. Okay, what are my building numbers though? I have to take my negative 2 and I have to put that out front. Let's do that in a different color. So negative 2 times my 1, 3, 5, because that's my always building numbers, right? Except for when there's a number in front. So my new building numbers are going to be negative 2, negative 6, negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. So from my vertex, which I graphed at 0, 2, I'm going to go over 1, down 2. Because it's negative, I'm going to go down 2. Over 1 from there, down 6. Over 1 from there, down 10, and so on. Okay? What's my axis of symmetry? X equals 0. That's where it will fold. Is this an up or a down graph? It's a down graph. And I know that because of this negative sign. Okay? All right. That concludes your notes. Much, much shorter notes this time. Make sure you look at what numbers you need to do based on your course calendar. Make sure you submit it to Schoology. It has to be submitted on today, no later than tomorrow. Okay? I will not accept it after that. Take care and God bless.